It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take low tech, take your pick.
Rob Smith here. It's 10:10. I need to make sure I put something like this up so I can see what I'm doing. I can make sure I line this up before. There we go. Shut up, Dennis Waterman. All right, here I am. Here you are. I'm trying to see if I can see any numbers here. I do show someone else here. Let's get drawing. Oh golly, I just lost my pen. Just fell off the edge here. Feel it? Oh, I saw it. There it is. Ow. It's one of those things where you're reaching for the pen and it bops away as you try to get it. All right, yeah, this was from yesterday. Just want to make sure we're lined up here. I'm still not showing it quite lined up right now. Why is that? Let me see. Do a better job here. Hold on. How's that? That better? I'm waiting for this to catch up. So this is that's hilarious. I'm not watching myself live. Now I am. Oh, okay. So that should work. All right. There we go. Okay, 10/10, October 10th, 2025. It's Inktober and Cattober. I'm not doing a great job posting all these, and I apologize about that. I had to stop yesterday. We have really horrible weather in Florida. I know everybody's trying to con people down here to buy houses, but the reality is the weather stinks. And there was a ton of rain off the coast, and it was rain off the other coast. It was causing pressure in between, and my head was ready to split. So I actually turned in early, and I actually got up a bit earlier. Let's see now, but so 10. I've one thing I've done. What if we did a hard boiled? What's the happy day today? Happy day. Why can't I remember my own happy days? Yesterday was let's see. I'm trying to remember what today is. I'm doing. Oh, I've got it up here. I've got it. No, I've got it right. Oh, tuxedo day. Right. Okay, so I can do a kitty. Tuxedo day. Okay, let's see if we can put this up here. There we go. Here I am. There I am. If you come in here, thank you if you get a chance to thumbs up. I appreciate that too. I want to draw something. I noticed that a number of my drawings, I've posted one, a couple of them here over the last day, and I notice I keep putting a 3/4 view in that direction, or let me do something totally different because that would be neat to do anyway. I like thinking off the top of my head. I always start with the eyes. Maybe that's a problem. Do something with tuxedo. I'm also thinking. I'm reading a friend, Ben, has got me thinking about the Donald Westlake series. There's Der Mulder, which I've not read. I don't think I've read one of those. But also there's the series with Parker. And I read one. I realized I don't believe I've read any of those. I've read some Westlake, but not either of the series. I'm familiar with the very first book because it was made into a film with Mel Gibson, which I'm familiar with. Since last night, I've read one of the books. I'm halfway through a second. There's 24 in all, I believe. Much like so many other series, Travis McGee is 21, and others are 21, 22, 24. So this is also 24. I think when you start writing, you get a hit. You only have so many years you can produce so many books. So I was thinking about hard-boiled detective type. He's not a detective, though. He's actually a bad guy. Maybe that's it. Okay, let's see what I might do. I do want to draw something that's not necessarily. Ooh, I'm under the impression that Of course, my thing is I like to draw happy kitties, and I don't like there's such a focus on bad, angry everything, and I don't like to. But that doesn't mean I don't ever do it. I noticed a neighbor next door just put up a bloody, some awful bloody thing. I guess it's for Halloween. So I was saying yesterday I'll probably do some Halloween stuff, but I don't believe it's time to look at Halloween stuff till like the 20th or 25th. I don't think it's ever said he's wearing a hat, but he sounds like he'd be someone who'd wear a cabbie. Cabbies play a big part in the first book. Not that he is, but elements of it are. And I ran the film again. I was curious after reading the book how close it is. And then I also came across and ran the director's cut, Brian Hedgeland. And it's very interesting. I like Brian Hedgeland's filming a lot, and I like how that film is paced. I did not see the director's cut, and with that, it is certainly true the director's cut is far more faithful to the film, and I think overall a better film. It was clear the studio wanted to add explosions and people being blown apart, and whereas Hedgeland was trying to stay more with the book itself and the character Parker, though the name isn't Parker. So then I pulled up Point Blank, which I'm about halfway through here, which is nothing like the Hunter book. And it gets confusing because the name of the book is Hunter. The name of the main character is Parker, who's a bad guy. This was the pulp novelists are really doing more and more books about the bad guys, and this brought it into a series. My friend Ben likes the Mulder series, which maybe I'll check into that too. Of course, around this time, this pen's running out of ink, but I kind of like that. Let me see. Oh, I see this one is out of ink, I think. The Get Carter, which is a little bit more familiar with certain types these days, when it was remade with Stallone, but the original one with Michael Caine is along the same lines, a bad guy. I like good guys. But I thought, since I was reading this, I might try to draw a kitty. Probably the... And if you're watching, thank you for watching. I'd love it if you'd get involved with the chat area. Let me know who you are, where you're located. See now what? Now the character Parker is a bad guy. He doesn't really care what he does to anyone, as long as he gets his share. I think it's a little rough. The first book is good. You read through it I read through it obviously really fast. I started it last night and it's done. And I'm already halfway through another. Same time that McBain 87th Precinct books were coming out, which were about the good guys. But they were short, very direct, great stories. But as McBain went on, his stories got longer, his books got longer and longer and full of all kinds of garbage. Just awful. It really went downhill. Now, he didn't go to that 20 number, that magic 20 number. He went to, I think his last one was 50, around 50, 49, 52, somewhere in there. But he should have stopped, probably 20. Hello. Ah, I just do. Yeah, I should make him. Showing the bottom here. Oh, I didn't mean for the stick. Is that right? There we go. It's better. I hope this fellow looks ominous. Stomping towards you. Something I've always liked to draw alleys, and I don't know why. I think because you can put anything you want in them. It don't matter. Kind of like drawing dragons. Do anything you want. Who cares? It can be anything you want it to be. Maybe there's a box. Drawing scenes like this since high school. When I don't know what got my attention to garbage cans, but I think I always had interest in the garbage can alleys. But it was Frank Miller in his Daredevil series doing so much with those that really got me interested. I liked his depiction of those. I interned at a newspaper called Sentinel Star in Orlando when I was in high school, and I think my first published piece with them was a city scene with an alley and garbage cans and all that. Whoops, I mean that fell over on me. Be a wanted poster up here. Maybe the dog wanted. Why don't we see those anymore? We know they're still wanted posters. We don't see them posted about. I remember them being posted about. Make him look just like the cat. The hat and everything. His floppy ears. Here, well, like a thinner pen. I've got a multi-tier storage thing I picked up recently, and I've got a bunch of pens in it. In fact, I may have to open that up. But I've just ordered another one because it has become extremely helpful. Oh, here's a ballpoint. This works. If it works, which it may not. If you're watching, thank you. Oh, Taz. Hello, Taz. How you? Where are you located, Taz? Show. Maybe there's a chicken leg over here. In Orlando, where I was born and raised, grew up, the only real alleys were in downtown Orlando. Never did see all that interesting stuff in them, I remember. I think Neil Adams also, well, and definitely Will Eisner was also someone who liked to do the alleyways, but they're New York City types. I've got some book illustrations to knock out here for a meeting Sunday. Actually, it's not necessarily for a meeting Sunday. I'm meeting next week involving 2 book illustration projects, and I need to get this one going because they came first, sorta. Actually, no. Now I think about it, actually they came third, but we met about it first, and that's where they moved up in the chain. Met about 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was a month ago now, actually. I was saying you're in Denver, Colorado. I've got a relative somewhere out there. Oh, whose birthday is? Holy cats! I gotta call Marguerite. Birthday is tomorrow. That's right. I forgot. Okay, we're gonna do this quick. I gotta make a phone call. I forgot all about. Thank you, Taz. May you see what? Forgot all about that. Dang it, I meant to make a phone call earlier and I got wrapped up doing a whole bunch of other things. And I got a lot done so far today. I got so little done yesterday. I don't know what the hell that it just a storm was. All these storms off the Florida coast just got my head. I was really in pain. Didn't know what to do, so I went to bed. I'm not sure what Taz wants to see. What did I say? What did I say? Yeah, I'll be doing a birthday thing tomorrow for Jacob. It'll be Jacob's birthday. And getting a banana split, as I do every October. In fact, they're expecting. They know when I come at it up. It's October 11th or it's June 5th or what they do on there for birthdays. I gotta call Marguerite. Oh God, I hope it's not too late. She always joins me, and I got a busy schedule here in the next few weeks, and I'm struggling a little bit. I love line. If I have to do something, I'd rather do it with line. Y'all can have your color. Oh, so did Taz ever write what it was that they wanted to see? I don't know what I said. Sorry. See how I just like how that builds up and builds up. Now, I do plan on working on my Christmas print here. I haven't quite figured out where I'm going to lodge it into things, but somewhere. I'm trying to be dutiful and looking to see if Taz wrote what it was that wanted to see, but has not posted it. I have to look up and over to go look to see what's on the message board, if you will. Oh, something popped up. Your mark rack. My mark rack. My mark rack. What's a mark rack? Mark. I've been watching a series, great British series I didn't know anything about. The main character's name is Marker. It's called The Public Eye. It was a British series from 1965 to 1975. It's very, very good. It's not for the ones who want to shoot 'em up. It's very thought provoking. A fellow who's an inquiry agent, a variation of private detective, but not really doing that private detective stuff. Just helping folks in need. Very interesting stories. Very well written. And no books ever made of that series, unfortunately. And the actor Alfred, I just had his name, Alfred. I actually started saying his last name first. Now I said Alfred, and I forgot the last name. Anyway, outstanding job. Outstanding job. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what my marker rack. Well, I got a lot. Oh, the one I got over here. It's too big. I couldn't put it under here. You can see it. I admit I shouldn't buy things from Temu because you're basically you are aiding child slavery. But I admit I find things there I can't find anywhere else. And this rack, it's a layered thing, and you can use it for makeup. You could use it for anything, but it really, really works well. And I had everything nicely laid out with. There's a big bottom part, so it has a lot of big things involving watercolor and things. And then one rack was watercolor, one rack was colored pencil, one rack was markers. But I admit I have a lot of pens. Just here beside me, I have these two brush pens. I've got this another zebra brush pen. I've got a Kuretake. I've got two Kuretakes here actually, and that's just what's beside me. And I do have one thing, and I got to be careful. This won't mean nothing to someone in Denver, Colorado, but for someone in Florida, it means a lot. And that is the Winn-Dixie Company. They were a wonderful grocery store. They're still here. They're just now no longer owned by the family. But I have a. Oh, sorry, this isn't that. Oh, I'm not sure where that one. This is a sweet soup chicken and dumplings can. I just love the can, so I saved it, and it holds a bunch of pens right now. But this isn't. I should be using that one, so I'm getting another one. I'm going to take all the color stuff and put it in there, and all the black and white stuff into one. So all my pens will be in one place, and the color stuff in another. It's going to get a workout. It should be here next week, I think. And it's going to get a workout on the 24th when I next do an event. I need to show, I also want to show a crack up the wall. You wouldn't necessarily see that with brick, but it can happen. I've seen it with brick. I wish I could show it. It's on well, there's a lot on there though, isn't it? I can't believe what the stuff I find on there. It'd be helpful if any of that stuff was available in general, because I'd buy it in general. But I don't know. I don't know where this thing is. I shouldn't call it a rack. I guess it's a storage, tiered storage, plastic tiered storage. But it worked. I used it at an event. What, 2 weeks ago? It worked really, really good. It's just harder. The way I have things right now, I can't really get to it as easily. I have a lot of books too. That's a problem. But yeah, Temu. There's a lot. Well, I like using Temu markers too. I'm not. Oddly enough, none of them are here with me. Yes, there are. I do like these SIPAs. Sure are inexpensive, and they work really well. Because I'm hard on pens. And I tend to go through them pretty quick. Okay, come up here. Is that alley? Well, I want to make him look big, so if the alley looks too small, that's exactly it. You want everything else to look small, so he looks really big. Yeah, that Public Eye TV series starts out with the main character walking through an alley. Now that I think about it, let's see, opening sequence. His last name, Alfred, not Reed. What is his last name? Anyway, and you don't have to draw all the bricks, just draw a few and you get the idea. And I could go on, I could draw a window in here. Oops. Now, see, I just messed up. I want him to look big, and I just put the window up high. If I want to make him look big, you put the window low and makes him look huger. Man, that's a boo-boo I made. A storytelling, so I can make these panes really small. I was showing a book yesterday during the live where the windows weren't the same in each photo because you draw them as you need them. I just made him look a lot smaller doing that. There's a little tip right there. Everything. That's why I did this garbage can smaller and the box is smaller, and I screwed up and did that. And that's why you pencil first. But I've been doing this like this for a long time. But there is. I'm sure I'm getting across that he's coming down this alley. I gotta call Marguerite, make sure we're ready, because we usually do about 2 o'clock. We meet over at the ice cream shop. It's only twice a year. And she's getting older and not remembering it as well as she used to. So I gotta give her a call. Part of it was I was going to do something very different tomorrow, and I just realized I'm just trying to do too much, and I need to concentrate on getting some work done. And I'll be on the road a lot. I'll be on the road end of next week, and then the week after too. Another thing you can do is just, of course, the shadows would all be over here. So yeah, I could do a wash and make all this gray. And something interesting as I was mentioning before about this, the my friend Ben, who's clicked me on to the. I was familiar with Donald Westlake. I just hadn't read any of his books about Parker. I know there's a huge graphic novel series, graphic novel series done by Darwin Cook, who did him to his death, about Parker. But I'm not a graphic novel kind of person, really. Even though I draw them, I can do write them, draw them, everything. I'm not much. I'd rather read a book. Anyway, so I just read one over. Well, I started it last night, finished it today, earlier today, and then I'm reading. I'm halfway through a second one already, so they're very quick to read, really. But they got me thinking about this kind of rough kitty thing, and so I was writing the films. One of the films about that first book called Hunter is a film called Payback with Mel Gibson. Well, the original film was directed by Brian Hedgeland, and then there was an argument with Mel Gibson and with the studio with Hedgeland, so he was basically kicked out. They went ahead and did their own film, which is what you see today. The interesting thing, big difference, is that they put a blue screen across the entire film, so it always looks a little darker than it need to. Whereas Hedgeland's originally film was much brighter, much like the film that he won an Academy Award for while he was making this film. And that's why he was shocked. He wins the Academy Award on a Sunday, and on Tuesday he's fired from this film that he was in the process of making. That film he won an Academy Award for was LA Confidential, which has no screens on it. In fact, I think it really helps that film and helps the Payback is not having that blue filter. That blue filter gets in the way. It dulls things, and you can't see the sharpness. And I think that's so critical with LA Confidential, to get that 40s feel and get that Art Deco feel and get of course, the dress Kim Basinger wears and the guns that are pulled out the motel that they're at one point. And really, that sharpness is imperative. I think that was needed also in why, if you see the Payback as it was done in '99 versus the one that was the director's cut's better, in my view. Storytelling wise, and that's the big thing with me. And that should be, if you're drawing, that's all you're doing, storytelling. That's all you're doing. Nothing else matters. If you can't tell your story, then you're wasting your time. If you're trying to just do it for emotion and feeling, you're wasting your time. Shadow here. All right, so I want to do one other one here. Kitty in tuxedo, because it's tuxedo day. I am using my phone to do this. Oh, I need to sign this. Okay, I'm going to do a quick kitty. Maybe I'll go call Marguerite and come back and do that after I do this. Was it a 10? 10, because tomorrow's 10:11. Well, I've got y'all here. I best go on. Let me just go ahead and do that real quick. Maybe I will call her real quick. And so I'll come back if y'all want to do. If don't, whatever. But if you get a chance to do a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. All right, so we've got the first part of this, and I'll probably come back within a half hour or so and do a second. A kitty in tuxedo. All right, Rob Smith here, and I'll talk to you later. Well, you can. I was going to do this at noon, but I had to do a whole bunch of things, and so I'm doing this later. I already hear my voice is dimming, especially since I got up earlier. All right, talk to you later. I should be back in a half hour, an hour or so. Thanks, bye.